Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this whole TikTok ban. For starters, I really don't think it's that big of a deal as other people may be alluding to or might allude to. It's just from what I've read about it, it just seems like okay, it's just going to be banned in the App Store. You can't download it no more, despite it being over 100 million people that got the app downloaded already. Like it just sounds like if let's say they were to reinstate prohibition, right? You can't sell alcohol, but you can buy alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you're telling stores you could sell alcohol, but the people you're telling them, oh yeah, you can buy alcohol if you know a guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. And I think people are kind of blowing this out of proportion. People saying like, oh, it's the end of the world essentially. I don't know. Like, it just seems like a whole lot of fear monger. To me, it doesn't come off like the Vine situation. The Vine situation, I feel like was out of left field, and it kind of came off like the boss came in the office one day and said, hey guys, you're fired. Go home, get out of my office. And to the people that make content for us, get a real job, flip burgers and, you know, fry them fries up, you fucking, you know, slob. you get the idea. Like, this is a different time. That was before we had COVID that made people want to make online content from the jump. That was before the boom, the paradigm shift of content creation, before people was like, fuck this 9 to 5 shit. I want to be a YouTuber one day full time, even if it takes 10 years or 20. I want to do this full time one day. Fuck it. I don't care how long it takes. The difference between TikTok possibly going away, if it does, because I can see a possibility in which things going to be running business as usual after January 19th and on the 21st and 22nd. Like, there's supposed to be some type of Supreme Court vote on it to where they can find it unconstitutional, what have you. But if this is the same Supreme Court that struck down Roe v. Wade, I don't think they're gonna like want to save TikTok. I doubt it. The TikTokers aren't the one making sure they stay where they're at on the Supreme Court, let me tell you. And I know some people that's probably happy TikTok's going away. They consider it brain rot, but the alternative, I mean, you got people on Facebook that will believe anything if it has a certain colorway as news. And on Twitter, it's like a bunch of, not even degenerate, it's just wild shit you see. Like, you'll see like a whole bunch of violence in GTA all over Twitter, and it'd be the first thing you see. You ain't even really digested your coffee. And you have to go outside and smell the grass to, you know, kind of get through your day if you see something like that. Or worse, that, and it be posted by people online that just don't give a fuck. They just look at it and they're like, this would be a good thing to post to get some type of online engagement. It's weird to me. And Instagram, depending on your algorithm, it's nothing but ass and titties and possibly wrestling and football. But I like TikTok for what it is from a business standpoint, because you could take a clip of a video, which I do. I don't know if people notice it on my channel. I'll take a clip, put it on TikTok, put that TikTok clip on Instagram. I'll find the most spicy part of the video to clip and, you know, post it on TikTok, post it on Instagram to kind of, you know, get the engagement going. Because I know how people tend to get when they hear something spicy. They just want to talk shit in the comments and say, hey, go flip my burger, go bag my fries, or some shit like that. Like, they get so irritated when they, you know, hear what you have to say sometimes. And I get a kick. I may get a sick thrill off of hearing people get mad in the comments sometimes. Maybe I got a problem. I don't know. Like, it just comes off like a whole bunch of fear mongering over nothing. Like, oh, what are we going to do without TikTok? I mean, granted, I understand that some of the biggest creators came out for TikTok, and I understand that some of the biggest meme pages you see on YouTube who make meme compilations got their memes from TikTok, compiled it for their favorite YouTuber to react to. I get all that, but people will just transition to different platforms to do it. They'll transition to putting the memes on YouTube or Instagram and, you know, compile them on YouTube still. I can see a possibility in the TikTok creators, if they don't want to go to YouTube, they'll go to Instagram, especially if they're well known and have connections over there. As for the people that work at TikTok, they probably already got their resume submitted and approved to work at Instagram or even YouTube for the shorts. But I can imagine what's probably done already happened. The TikTok creators already done had their YouTube pages up and running, putting clips over there for probably years at this point, or even months, because this whole TikTok ban has been talked about for ages. So I don't want to see or hear, which I'm probably going to see and hear anyway, of former TikTok stars crying their eyes out on camera saying, "What will I do to pay my rent this month? What will I do?" Like, you do realize that you were told ahead of time that this would happen. You were given a deadline of January 19th. You can't get mad when you're out on the street when you were told you got to January 19th. And even before January 19th, people, like, we've been known about this for a while, months, at least a year ago, we knew about this being a possibility. But it was just limited to it being banned in the App Store. But the only problem is that comes with that is you ain't going to get any future updates for the app. So without any future updates, they might as well just pull the plug on it. Because it might, you know, run out of date. Then you got to worry about hackers and shit like that. And people could say, well, they could just use a VPN. And I don't even see how that'll work. It may not even work all the best. People have talked about TikTok alternatives that are ironically owned by Chinese companies, which guess what? They'll go away too. So your best bet is just go to Instagram or make a YouTube page or both. And as far as the owner of TikTok possibly selling to a US buyer, he stated time and time again that he would never sell, which if he was to just switch at the last minute to, oh, I'm going to sell, I would consider him a big old sellout. Because you were standing on this principle of, I don't want to sell my company. I don't want to sell my company. Then you end up selling it. It would be the equivalent of Mr. Krabs after how many episodes, how many seasons of SpongeBob, always in competition with Plankton over the Krabby Patty formula. And he says, you know what, Plankton? Here you go. Here's the formula. And that's it. The show would be over. You would have to kill Mr. Krabs after that in GTA, of course, because it wouldn't make much sense. Because Mr. Krabs has always stood on that principle of never selling out to your competition. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about this. Do you think it's really that big of a deal? Do you think it is a slight overreaction? Let me know what you think. Till next time, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.